Everybody, how's it going? Chris Hernandez here, back with another one. In today's video, what I want to cover specifically is focusing on essentially breaking through some mental barriers, mental roadblocks that you may have, right? And ultimately, how to begin your entrepreneur journey with no expectations and ultimately get to your destination quicker than what you expect, right? So before I dive into it, if you don't know who I am, I run a digital ad agency. We specifically help our Ecom brand owners, roughly doing 5 to 10K a month. We help them scale to 50K at times, even 100K per month using paid traffic. And if you're an Ecom brand owner, you feel like you need some help, I'll link my calendar down below where you can book a call with me. And on that call, we can see if my team and I can help you. If my team and I can help you, I'll make you an offer on the call. And if you feel like you don't really need our service right now at this moment in time, I'll link down below as well a link to my Facebook group where I release weekly training videos over there. It's a group of like-minded ecom brand owners who are trying to break through to that 6-figure per month mark. And overall, it's just a great community. So with that being said, I want to touch on specifically, like I said, mental barriers, ultimately how to go into business with no expectations and ultimately to get to your desired results as quick as possible, right? So I think there's a misconception in the ecom community, especially in the coaching space, where you have, like, let's say you have one coach and they have one successful student, and then they just post a lot of testimonials and then they just release like a bunch of case studies. But in fact, if that specific student, I think it kind of dishonors the specific student who, let's say they had previous mentorship from like 3 to 2 other coaches in the past, right? But they invest into this one specific coach that taught them that one skill they needed left in order to take their business to the next level, right? So I heard a couple other entrepreneurs in the space discuss this sort of idea, but essentially what that means is I think it's in our best interest to promote some sort of different environment in the way we learn, right? I think self-education is extremely important. The famous analogy or the famous quote is formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. I think it's super important to invest into mentorship, into mentors who are going to teach you and walk you through the path, essentially, when you're first getting started, right? Because when you're first getting started, the first limiting belief you have is essentially not having that proof of concept, not having that confidence in yourself that you can deliver results for your clients, right? When you invest into a mentor, when you invest into somebody that's already in a better position and they're ultimately in the same space as you but at a higher frequency, if you're able to invest and learn from them, ultimately they're going to take you up in vibration because they're teaching you from firsthand experience and they're walking you step by step how to overcome each situation that you're dealing with specifically, right? So it's super important to invest into mentorship. Essentially, that's what I did when I got started, and I couldn't say anything less than invest into mentorship because it's going to jumpstart your position and it's going to allow you to get to your destination quicker than possible. But with that being said, in the community, I think it's also important to understand that people, when you look at case studies, when you look at testimonials, always have some sort of do your own research specifically about the entrepreneur that you're going to buy the course from. Make sure that their results are legit. Make sure the mentorship, they have good reviews. But of course, right, it's also important to, when you see these testimonies, when you see like some person hit like 0 to 10K in like 30 days, keep in mind that there's not like there's a high percentage that this person invests into other mentors before they invest into that mentor specifically and got results, right? So always keep I would say just always keep that in mind. Be cautious and understand that too. The part of marketing and the part of sales is the flashiness to drive attention, but ultimately what's going to get you to your desired destination is studying the principles and studying the foundation of your specific niche of your market, right? So with that being said, another limiting belief is not knowing what you don't know, but having the ability and the confidence in yourself to just go ahead and just take massive action, right? So with that being said, if you aspire to be an agency owner, I always preach about this. The 3 pillars that you need to focus on is having a system that allows you to prospect, get meetings booked on your calendar, having a team to deliver results specifically for your clients, and ultimately having the ability to close deals on a sales call, right? So with that being said, I think it's super important to, when you're first getting started, to invest into mentorship. But ultimately, if you're following a mentor, they're going to give you action steps, step by step, to follow. And the best way to succeed is having discipline, being consistent, and then taking action every single day, right? If you make your priority and you shift your focus into like a 3-year goal, right? Your 3-year goal is ultimately, for me personally, my 3-year goal is I need to be financially independent, financially free, and have a successful business by that time, which I know I will. Ultimately, that's my goal a year from now. So when you think from long term out, right? Let's say you think you have a goal a year out, 6 months out, 3 months out, and then you have a weekly goal and a daily goal. These simply just keep you on track to make sure that you're headed to your desired destination and that you're not wasting a day, right? So if you shift your focus onto getting better by 1% every single day, ultimately you're going to make so much more progress in over a span of a year than if you didn't take action, right? You procrastinated and you didn't have discipline. So with that being said, if you follow that step-by-step action plan, you take consistent action day by day, ultimately you're going to have more than 365% overall growth, because you also have to keep into account the power of compound interest, right? Doing something for multiple times out of the year, right? Ultimately, those effects are going to compound over time, because let's say you start a business, well, it's like a domino effect. Once you're able to knock down one pillar, the momentum keeps going, and then your business just ultimately just thrives once you're able to piece apart all the puzzles that you need in order to take you to that. Let's say you're doing 0 to 2K a month, right? That's going to take you to that 10K mark. It's going to help you boost you to that 30, 40K a month mark, right? So with that being said, right, proof of concept, having confidence in yourself to just take action, and understanding that it's important to get messy here, because there's no right direction for everybody, right? Everybody has their own path, everybody has their own journey, right? So the third thing is ultimately too, don't compare yourself to anybody else in the space, right? For me personally, I have a somewhat hard time doing this, but because I'm a competitive person in itself, but I love competition. But when I see people at like age 21 already making $1 million, people at 19 making their first $1 million, right? You have to understand the context of how much time and sacrifice that individual has put into place to get to their position, right? And so what I think, I don't compare myself to anybody else. I just simply just focus on my path, right? Because the only competition I have is against myself. It's against being, the goal is to be better than I was yesterday, right? So when I keep that into account, and when it's time for me to make progress and to take action, right, I always keep that into account. And like I said before, you don't really understand the context of what that individual has sacrificed and what they've been through to get to that position, right? Because you look at there's entrepreneurs in the space, right, who hit their first $1 million at 19, but you look at their YouTube, you scroll all the way down, you see videos 5 years ago of them like first getting started, right? You look at other YouTubers, let's say people who are in the education space for the Ecom space or in the SMA space, right? 9 times out of 10, if they're great mentors and they have a YouTube channel, you scroll all the way down, you see all their videos like from 4 or 5 years ago, right? So take that into account, that they've been doing this for 5 years and they're able to hit it once they turn 19, but you don't understand that they've been doing this for 5 years, right? That kind of makes your eyes open up and understand, oh crap, I haven't even done a year yet, I haven't even done 6 months yet, or I'm close to a year but I'm not to that level yet, right? So it's super important to never compare yourself to anybody else, but to stay focused on yourself, understand the path you need to take, and ultimately what you need to do action wise to get you to that next level, right? So I'm gonna end the video right here. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoy my content, right, I'm gonna continue to post. If you want me to cover a specific topic, you can comment that down below and I can shoot a video on that. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.